Oh, good morning, everybody. Excuse me. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nate, and I am an actor educator from Climb Theater. Now, Climb is an acronym, which is a word where every letter in the word stands for something else. Climb stands for Creative Learning Ideas for the Mind and Body. That means that we like to learn new ideas using our minds and our bodies creatively. Now, today, we're going to be talking about two things: accountability and cabin fever. Let's start with accountability. Now, what is accountability? I want you to turn to the person next to you and say out loud what you think it means to be accountable. I'll give you some time and then I will tell you what it means. All right, so accountability is when we take responsibility for the things we do and the words we say and admit to our mistakes. Now, raise your hand if you've ever made a mistake before. I know I have. When we are accountable, that means that we admit when we've made a mistake. But sometimes it can be hard to admit when we've done something wrong or hurt someone's feelings. I want you to know what reasons you think people might have for not admitting when they make a mistake. You have 1 minute to type your answers in the comments, and then I'll share some of your answers. Starting now! All right, thank you all for sending in your answers. I see some reasons why someone might not admit to making a mistake. Could be because they're embarrassed about the mistake. Maybe they're afraid of the consequences. Maybe they don't realize that they've made a mistake. Thank you all for submitting your answers. Well, those are all definitely reasons why someone might choose not to admit to a mistake. It's still important to always be accountable for our words and our actions, especially when they impact others. Now, the second thing that we are here to talk about today is cabin fever. Now, cabin fever is not actually a real illness or fever, as the name suggests. Cabin fever is the popular way that a lot of people describe how they feel when they can't go outside for long periods of time. I myself am one of many who are practicing social distancing right now, which means staying at least 6 feet away from other people outside and really trying to have as little physical contact with the outside world as possible. Now, how does not being able to leave your house affect you? How does it affect the way you feel? How does it affect your body? I want to know what you think. You've got 1.5 minutes to type your answers in the comments, starting now. right. Thank you all for submitting your answers again. I see some people have said it makes them feel sleepy, or they just feel bored when they can't leave their house, or like they have to always be busy doing something. Thank you for sharing. Here's how I feel when I'm feeling cabin fever. You know, the antsy feeling you get when you have 5 minutes left of class before recess and you just want to go outside and run around? Take that feeling and multiply it by 50. Okay, now take a little sleepiness, a little bit of grumpiness, like right when you first wake up in the morning, and add a sprinkle of sadness of not getting to see your friends or, well, anyone really. And when you mix that all together, you get cabin fever. I know I myself have been feeling a little bit weird already since I'm practicing social distancing and I have to teach and work all by myself. It's hard to concentrate sometimes, and I'm sleepy and a little bit irritable too sometimes. Speaking of which, I have a confession to make. You see, something happened this morning and I wasn't being accountable. I was supposed to be working on this lesson for all of you, but I got really distracted, so I couldn't. Here's what happened. See, I woke up and I found this really strange old journal on my desk. It says, and the handwriting is kind of hard to read, but it says Captain Charles's Journal, featuring the famous guide to cabin fever. I think it used to belong to a pirate or something. But when I opened the book, something very strange happened. Journal entry. Yar, mateys, what's the point of doing anything if I haven't anywhere to go? Me and me crew were scheduled to sail the seven seas next week, but we've been marred with no idea when it'll end. I'm feeling all kinds of nerves, and I haven't a clue what to do with myself. All work has fallen to the wayside, and I'm afraid the end of this loneliness is not in sight. If you think Captain Charles is feeling cabin fever, give this post a heart react. Yeah, I think he is. Now, I kept reading, and here's an entry, from 1 week later. All right, let's see. Journal entry number 96. Captain Charles here again. Ahoy, mateys. I've discovered ways to fight off cabin fever. Here's how. Fresh air. Maintain routines. Eat well. Get up and move. Use your brain. Talk to a friend. These have helped me a lot. I feel better and I can get all my pirate work done. But I sense something quite peculiar. Someone isn't being accountable. Who is it? Did you all see that? I think Captain Charles is talking about me. I ain't it. I am talking to you. You and your whole audience there. You said you weren't doing what you were supposed to be doing. Oh, well, I mean, Aha! I think I see what's afloat here. Everybody, methinks Nate is feeling bad about making a mistake. If you agree, comment a sad emoji on this post. Yar, he made a mistake. He was reading me journal instead of doing his work, but I don't think he wants to admit to it. Now, I do believe you've already talked about reasons why people might not be admitting to mistakes. How do you feel when you make a mistake? Comment in a word below what you feel when you know that you've made a mistake. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Now, I'm a seasoned pirate, all right, and I've seen a thing or two in me travels. It sure looks to me like my boy Nate is experiencing cabin fever. That's making him feel bad. Why do you think Nate isn't admitting to his mistake today? Comment what you think the reason is. Nate, will you tell us if any of those comments is true? Well, it's like some people are feeling embarrassed. Yeah, I guess I do kind of feel embarrassed. Well, I guess I just feel bad for not taking responsibility for the thing I needed to do today. But I was already feeling kind of sad and bored and irritable, so I guess I just didn't want to admit it. But what do I do now? Well, Nate, me boy, we pirates have a code that we live by, a code that keeps us accountable. It's called the Triple A's. Ever heard of it? Oh, wait. Yeah, I claim we use the triple A's too. The accountability steps: admit, accept, adjust. Oh, well, I remember those, Captain. The first one is to admit that you made a mistake. Okay, well, I guess that I have to admit that I made a mistake this morning. Well, I made a mistake. I didn't work on my class. I did that. Great start. Now, the next step is to accept. So, accept the consequences. Be it that you didn't do something or you hurt someone's feelings. This is also a good time to apologize if that be something that you need to do. Okay, accept. Um, well, I understand that I might be in trouble for not finishing my work on time. And well, I'm sorry to you all for not being prepared today. Okay. And the last step is to adjust. That means to make a better choice, to figure out how to make a better choice for next time so that this doesn't happen again. Well, next time I will focus on doing my work before I investigate any strange objects that appear in my house. Aye, matey, that's the spirit. And now you can use the triple A's whenever you need help being accountable. Admit, accept the consequences, and adjust. That's the secret to me dealing with me cabin fever, you see. Wait, what? You used the steps to fight cabin fever? How? Tell me. Are well, all right then. When cabin fever sets in, we pirates can begin to feel gloomy and grouchy. But by taking responsibility for our own words and actions, we can take steps to make ourselves feel better. You see, Nick, it isn't up to anyone else to make you feel better. Only you have the power to take action and to do what you need to do for yourself. Accountability is not just owning what you do and the mistakes you make, but also taking matters into your own hands when you're feeling down. If you turn to page 394 of me journal over there, you'll see I've laid out all the things that helped me and me crew when we were fighting off the effects of cabin fever. And using the triple A's when we make mistakes made it a lot more pleasant for us to be around each other when we were stuck out at sea for weeks on end. 'Cause if someone messed up, Well, they used the steps so we wouldn't hold grudges against each other. Now, if you don't mind, I've got some pirate business to attend to. Whoa, that was really weird. And and now what is that? There's something in the book. Oh, well, he left his eye patch, but wait a minute. He said that there were steps to fight cabin fever in the book. What page did he say those were on? Uh, oh yeah, 394. Why does that sound familiar? Whatever. Okay, let's see. Ah, here it is. All right. Captain Charles' Guide to Cabin Fever by Captain Charles. Okay, let's see. All right. Ways to combat cabin fever. Fresh air. Oh, okay. If possible, ask a grown-up to help you open a window for a few minutes, if the weather is nice. Human beings are a little like plants sometimes. They need food, water, safety, and sunlight to survive, but especially to thrive. If you're able to walk outside or even just sit in your yard for a few minutes, take some deep breaths of the fresh air, but also remember to be accountable for yourself and your actions by keeping your distance from others while you're outside. All right, let's see what's the next one. Maintain routines. Okay. Do you have a specific order of how you would usually get ready for school every morning? Do you wake up, brush your teeth, eat breakfast in your Jimmy Jams, and then get dressed for the day? It can be helpful to pretend as if you're going to school like usual and do all of your normal morning tasks, even if you aren't actually going anywhere. Kind of like how on pajama days at school, sometimes it can make you feel extra sleepy. Your body is used to learning and being awake when you are dressed at a certain time, so you can fool your body into being more alert and ready this way. All right. Okay. Eat well. Oh, it's important to try to eat at the same times that you're used to if you can. This can be a bit tricky sometimes, but your body and brain are like a race car on a track. You're used to doing things the same way every day. If you suddenly change the track, you might totally drive off the road. Bedtime might be a little different if you aren't waking up early for school every morning, but it can really help to be accountable for yourself when cabin fever starts to set in and going to bed on time. Right. Let's see. Move your body. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Exercise can help you stay healthy all the time, but getting up and moving inside will help release some of the pent-up energy that you have from not going around school or other usual places. Just like how class can get a little rowdy and loud after a rainy day and you're stuck at indoor recess, we can find activities to do indoors that can help burn off some of our energy. Right. Use your brain. Oh yeah. Your brain is a muscle too, so you have to exercise it. Write a story, draw something, do a puzzle, or create a new idea for a game. Time flies when you're having fun, so working together to create or learn or play will make the minutes disappear. Talk to a friend. Okay? Write a letter in a bottle and send it via seagull to a far off friend. I don't know if that's possible anymore. I'm sure that's what Captain Charles used to do, but well, humans are talkative creatures and we need community. When you can't see someone in person, you can always check in with them another way, with your parents' permission, of course. Well, these days we have the internet. Let's see. Here's the last one. Bottom line, do something to change it up. Try wearing your socks backwards or wearing your clothes backwards for the day, or put on another pair of socks every time you hear someone say a funny joke. You know, things you couldn't do when you were at school, but you're home, so you can try them. Challenge yourself to be creative. What can you do to deal with boredom? Or how can you be responsible for yourself when you're feeling bored? I want to know some creative ways that you can come up with to change it up. You have 2 minutes to type your ideas in the comments. Thank you all for sharing your ideas. I see some suggested they could sew face masks and costumes. You could play board games. You could learn a new dance or a new hobby. You could watch climb theater. That's a great idea. You could play games in the yard. Oh, I love hide and seek. And you could do all kinds of art projects. Thank you. Those are all really great ideas, and I hope that you try those at home. Now remember, this is not forever. You have the power to be accountable for yourself and take action. We'll get through this. We're all in this together. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. Now, I have to go because Captain Charles left his journal and I'm not really sure what to do with it. But thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this programming, please like, share this post, and follow us on Facebook at Climb Theatre. If you're hankering for more stories like this one, consider throwing us a coin and donating. For more information, visit us at climb.org. Check the website in the coming days for activities that you can do with your families and to rewatch your favorite episodes. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.